What's up, people? Frank here, your favorite sorcerer, with a new video in this video series where I answer questions that were asked in my Facebook group. Okay, and the question I want to cover today is: can I use magic to influence the outcome of gambling? Well, first off, the answer is yes, you can, and I'm gonna cover that first. Then I'm gonna go into the question if you actually should use gambling to make money. Okay. Now, first of all, since pretty much the beginning of time, people knew that their minds can influence things outside of them because it is actually outside of them. Notice my hand gesture here, because as within, so without, the outside world and your inner world are connected. Okay, and this is the basis of magic. That's why magic works. Now, modern science has acknowledged that since the beginning of the last century. Okay, quantum physics has proven, and mind you, quantum physics is the best, or the best tested scientific theory in existence. Okay, and since then it is clear that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Okay, your intention can actually change the probability of events. Okay, so bottom line of the answer is absolutely yes. Okay, and how do you start doing that? Obviously, that takes some skill and concentration. However, you could start influencing what numbers you roll on a dice. Okay, just to practice that. Do it at home. Get a dice and roll it, and hold on to the intention that you get a 6 or a 5 or a 4, whatever it might be, and then you keep statistics, and you will see that with a sufficient amount of concentration and focus, you can actually influence the likelihood of a certain number being shown to you. Okay, it will be above its statistical likelihood, if that makes sense. Okay, another way would be to create some sort of talisman, or rather an amulet. An amulet, no, an amulet will be for protection, but a talisman can attract certain things to you, and if it is charged with the energetic quality of luck or money in that case, yes, you increase the likelihood and the possibility of you winning at the table, craps table, whatever you want to do, right? Also, mojo bags are also good for that. Well, but that's in essence, a mojo bag is just a form of a talisman with different ingredients, where certain things out of the natural realm are used to create a certain energetic quality within that bag that will resonate with a desired outcome. Or yeah. So, number one, yes, it is possible. Is it very reliable? Well, it's better than nothing. It will definitely increase your chances of winning at such a game. For the lottery, for lottery numbers, it's better if you contact spirits and allow them to give you certain messages in your dreams. But once again, the likelihood of you winning the lottery is still very low. Okay, still very low. And when I approach something like that, I usually go for more potent things. Okay, now what do I mean by that? Look, I don't gamble at all because I just think it's not an efficient use of my time. Okay, when it comes to magic and using, when it comes to money and using magic for money, you have to see it like that. The energy, the spirit, and whatever you send out to cause a certain event or a certain outcome is best used when you have prepared everything in the physical. Okay, so you have created the physical environment in a sense. You've done everything in the physical to create that outcome of you getting a certain amount of money. Now, what would that look like? Okay. Money, first of all, doesn't really, it's not paper, it's not digits. Money is actually a form of energy, and it follows its own rules. Okay. It is energy that is being exchanged, and what we think is money, or what most people think is money, that green paper or that, those digits, credit cards and whatnot, actually um, are actually not that. They're just currency, meaning they're the means of exchanging that energy. Okay, so when it comes to making more money, you have to get to the core of that. You have to understand what actually is behind that. Okay, so there's an exchange going on, an exchange of energy. Okay, so the way of using money magic in that way, or in the best way, in my opinion, is to set up a certain system where you can exchange something for money. Okay, and as that exchange of goods and services is going on, you can increase, you know, you can increase the amount of people that you're exchanging that with. Okay, or you can find somebody in the first place that is that wants to get that, or you can make somebody more likely to do that exchange with you. Okay, when it comes to, like, for instance, real estate or something like that. Okay, when it comes to real estate, you need sellers, you need you know people that are willing to buy a contract from you. When you're, like, for instance, you're doing wholesaling and whatnot. I don't want to bore you with all that shit. You could also, like, influence certain events that will have an effect on the stock market, and influence where the stocks are going and shit like that. Right? I mean, there are loads of ways to use magic in order to increase the flow of energy in the form of money that will come towards you. Okay. But in order to be very efficient with that, you have to have some sort of education about that topic that you're trying to, that energy that you're trying to influence and bring more of it to you. Specifically when it comes to money, it's very, very important. Okay, it's very, very important. Imagine being a martial artist and a chiropractor at the same time, or a physician. Man, you will be able to hit in ways that no normal martial artists will be able to do. You will be able to inflict so much pain, it's not even funny, right? Now, that's why I always recommend to my students and people who learn from me, and in consultations I get often approached with that question. Man, learn about money first, get an education about money, and then use magic strategically. Be surgical with this, be surgical with that bitch, and then you'll see that you can actually get way more money than you ever thought possible. Okay. Now, I got an entire course on this. Okay, I got a money magic course where I apply exactly this principle. Okay, 70 to 80% of it is pure education on money, how money works, where it actually comes from, different vessels that you can use to create, like, an opening. You got to open up the channels for that energy to come towards you, and then you can use magic to cause that flow of energy to come into your life. Okay, that's actually how it should be used. And in the end of the course, I introduce you to certain rituals that you can do to increase them. I even teach people I even teach you how to create a money magnet. Okay. And I'll also introduce a couple of spiritual forces, spirits that can help with that. Now, yeah, that's my take on it. I hope that was helpful. And I'm going to put the link where you can check that course out into the description. Also, I want to invite you, if you see this video, or if you don't know who I am and you see this video just now and don't know who I am, I invite you to a Facebook group. It's called Grail of the Serpent Inner Circle, where you will receive all the updates on what I do, on the services that I provide, on the education that you can get through me. And with that being said, I'm signing out. Frank White. Peace.